Hi. Now I would like to introduce you, Electric Circuit Lab, uh, how this course will be processed. We're going to explain this to you. So that is the front page or the home page of this course. It has got 3 subsections. On the left hand side you see the pages. In here, for each experiment that you're going to do, has got a page on this left hand side. And there is an introduction. I will explain what is inside later on. And this is first things first. When you look at the first home page, the first thing here it says, look at the first things first. Now that is the first thing that you're going to do. Now there is a general explanation here. This video you're going to see underneath here. So what is said here is going to be explained to you in this video. So that is the video that I am trying to get it right now. Now, you come back to your home page again. So, okay. So on the right hand side, there's a calendar here for which week, what you're going to do, which experiment you're going to do, which group is going to do, which tests you're going to take, all will be seen in this calendar here. And from time to time, when I need, I would send some announcement to you. You're going to see all these announcements here. At the same time, you could see all these announcements in mobile telephones as well. So for each experiment, there's going to be an exam. This exam weights given here. There's going to be total 8 number of experiments. So total 80 degree for these experiments. Exams, and the final is exam weight is 20 points. Now there is a table here. As I said, here on the calendar you're going to see what you do which week, but you cannot see all the experiments in this calendar. So this is a table for you to see all the experiments. So all the experiments are seen here. It also tells you in some weeks there are no lab session. There's a teaching session. That's critical. You see here week 2 and week 3 there is a teaching session. So now I will introduce you, since this is the first time you are taking a lab. In this introduction, this is explained here. First week we are going to introduce you a program. This is a computer program, is related with the circuit analysis. So you could examine whether a circuit works properly or not on a computer platform. So that is that platform. We are going to teach you that platform. In this introduction page here, you could see the videos and some of the presentations related with this learning how to use this Proteus. So this is going to be taught to you in the first week in here. So they're going to teach you these subjects by using this material in the lab, but you might forget some of them, so these are available to you. You can watch anytime you like, or you can examine anytime you like. In the second week, that is the simulation program we are talking about. The other thing is you're going to set up a circuit on a breadboard, what we call breadboard. On the breadboard, you put the elements together and then examine whether the circuit is working properly or not. That is another new element that you're going to see. So in here it is explained how you're going to set up the elements on that breadboard, how you're going to do the measurements. I explained here. There are some videos and presentations. So these are going to be used in the second week to you. So that is why this introduction page is related with those. So as I said here in home, so in these 2 weeks there is teaching. So first week Proteus uses how to use Proteus. In the second one, how to use breadboard. That's teaching. and then starts these experiment sessions. So in each experiment, there is a page here. Randomly, I have chosen an experiment. All the format for each experiment is the same. So if you look at this format, there's learning outcomes. These are the things that we would like to teach you in this course. Learning outcomes. Leaflet is a document that you're going to use before coming to class. This is a very short document. I'll click it for you. See what is seen in this document. Here you are. So it says here, for each experiment, this is the circuit that you're going to set up. There are two parts in this leaflet. So the total leaflet is that length. So just 2 pages. So what you're going to read is not a long information here. It is very simple information included here. That's why it is called leaflet. So it has got 2 parts. One of them is simulation. The other one is the experiment. Simulation, as I said before, in Proteus, before coming to lab, it's called pre-lab here. Before coming to lab, you're going to set up the circuit that you're going to design, you're going to realize in Proteus, simulation in PC, on PC, sorry. So you're going to do that your own before coming to lab. Don't worry if you make a mistake or anything, don't worry. Because when you come to lab, the first thing you do, you're going to repeat that simulation. If there are something that you couldn't understand or you couldn't manage, then you can ask teaching assistants, they will help you. There would be no problem. That's the first part of it, a simulation. Once you finish that, at the end of this study, you're going to end up with a document related with this Proteus simulation. So it is a document. So this document, you're going to put it in this CATS platform. I'll explain you when. During the test, you're going to do it. The second part is this circuit that you're going to realize. You're going to do this circuit. Pre-lab, you're going to analyze this circuit and fill up a table. A table is this table given here. So when it says calculated here, that column, before coming to lab, you're going to do calculation by hand, write the values here. And then you've got the Proteus already you studied, Proteus calculation, Proteus measured values are going to go in this column. So what is left? Measurement, which is done in the lab after the realization. So there are 3 columns that you're going to do. So fill up these results. So you're going to set up this circuit, do the measurement, fill up the circuit. And you already filled up by the calculation results and the Proteus. So you've got a results table filled out. Then that means you finished the lab study, but not finished yet, completely finished, mostly finished. At the end, there's going to be a test exam. In this exam, there are 2 parts, Proteus part and the experiment part. In the Proteus part, the first question that you're going to upload as an answer to the first question, that's going to be the Proteus document that you have found in the lab session. So you're going to upload that document. This is as an extension, DSN extension related document that you're going to upload. And the other thing is you're going to upload this, the other section, you're going to upload that results table. How are you going to do this? Teaching assistants, they're going to help you how to do it, and it is also explained in the exam sheet. So this is uploading questions. Apart from those, there are questions related with the Proteus. While you are answering these questions, these are test questions. While you are answering these questions, you can open your Proteus simulation program. There is no problem. So you don't have to memorize, you can look at it and try to get used to the terminology of that Protos program. The other group is related with the experiment and the theory. So how you're going to study for this part of the exam, I'll show it to you on the experiment page. You see here, learning the materials, it says. These materials are related. The first part related with the Protos usage, related with this experiment. So these are available to you. Before coming to lab, in the pre-lab session, you can look at, watch it, study. You could do all that for the Protos. The second part here is for the theory and experiment related questions. If you study all these questions here before coming to lab, while you are studying, you can study with your friends. You can study you can try to answer these questions by using these videos here. You can use the theoretical course documents. You can use internet. You can use books, whatever you like. So you do that study before coming to lab. When you finish the lab, in the exam, the second part, you could answer the questions which are asked in this part of the test. So these questions, studying this question helps you to get a higher score in the second part of the exam, right? So you're going to take the exams. The exams that you're going to take is going to see underneath that title exam. It hasn't been put in yet, so that's why you're not seeing it. The final thing that you're going to do at the end of the lab session, there is an evaluation. Evaluation is, we are saying that in this experiment, we tried to teach you these learning outcomes. What we are expecting that you learn all these learning outcomes. So whether we manage it or not, by using these tools, that evaluation is related with this. So a student questionnaire is going to come underneath here. Directly by clicking it, you can take it. So I'll show you one of these quiz here, for example, preview. It hasn't been put in yet, but in somewhere else I can show it to you. So begin the assessment. So in here, all these learning outcomes are here. Assume that while you are taking this questionnaire in the first experiment, at the end of the first experiment, so some of the learning outcomes here are related with specific experiments, but some of them require all experiments. That means while you are doing the experiment 1, you've got to answer to that learning outcome 1, not learning outcome 2, but learning outcome 3, because all, and learning outcome 4, 5, 6, 7, all of them, all experiments related. That means in all the experiments, you're going to learn these learning outcomes. That's why it says all learning outcomes. So you're going to mark for experiment 1 the related learning outcome, whether you have learned it or not. You have learned it very much so, very little, so you're going to mark here. So the total number of clicks that you're going to do is in the range of 5 clicks. The next question in this questionnaire is that the materials that we offered you as pre-lab study, let's say manual calculation, have you done that? Have you done the Protos simulation? Have you studied discussing questions, pre-study questions that in the page that I show you? So you might study it or not study, do it correctly, because that information tells us, according to that, if they say that most of the students who study all that, who have done this before coming to lab, if they get the higher score, you're going to see all those, and we can tell you that if you study this, your score is going to increase. If any of them doesn't help, so we don't need to offer you this, or we've got to improve them to help you. So the next question is the materials that we offer to you. There's a leaflet. You have used it first those simulation, discussion questions, and the realization you have done. Did you learn? So it says, please evaluate the learning materials used. How much the contribution to your understanding of this experiment and the related theory. So if you say that I understood the theory and experiment through the leaflet, very much so. So put 5 here. This didn't help me at all, but this did the realization and did the measurements. By doing this activity, I learned much. So you can put 5 here. So it's just 5 clicks that you're going to do for that. And the next one is the evaluation of the teaching assistants. They help you. So in here, you're going to choose the teaching assistant who helped you, and then go to next. And there are a few questions related with the teaching assistant or help quality that you are getting from those assistants. You're going to just click how much they were good for you. And that's the end of it. So the total number of clicks that you're going to put in here is in the range of 20 or 25. So, but you've got to do it for each experiment. So when you're going to do it, of course, when you finish the lab session, exams finish, everything has finished. So you're going to take this after the exams, take this evaluation and do the evaluation. Why we are doing all these evaluation? Each evaluation helps you and helps us. Helps us in teaching, helps you in learning. So if you can see what subjects that you are strong, what subject you are weak. According to your weakness, you can improve yourself by using the materials that we offer to you. We could improve our teaching process if you say that some of the materials that offered to you was not helpful at all. So we could improve these materials to make them helpful to you. So for both persons, these are useful. So it is worth doing so. So that's the end of this video then. Stop the recording.